Hi there, Clinton Carpenter here from Jackson Subaru out in Canberra. Today we're making a quick instructional video on the new and improved Subaru Forester. These cars are floating through as pool cars, and no doubtedly you'll drive one of these sometime soon. We're going to look at the full suite of Eyesight technology, which is included as standard in every model. It's important that you understand these features and how to use them to get the most out of your driving experience and to be the safest on the road. Today we're looking at the 2.5i, which is the standard model for pool cars. If your car is a different model and there's a few extra features, I encourage you to give me a call and we can talk about it. But for now, let's have a look at the new features. Alright, let's kick on. Let's have a look first at the ignition system. You'll notice your keys now look somewhat like this, and there is no key anymore. The new Subaru Foresters are all push button start. Simply put your foot on the brake and give the button a quick push. We'll turn the car on. To turn the car off, just give the button a push again, and that'll get that sorted for you. The other new feature is the inclusion of the automatic park brake. So again, foot on the brake and push down, we'll turn the brake off. Foot on the brake and pull up, we'll turn it back on again. Now let's have a look at the new audio system or infotainment unit. It still runs the standard AM/FM radio. You've still got your CD player. The new audio entertainment system comes now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you're running an Apple phone, simply plug your phone in via the USB ports, which are hidden down in there. If you're running an Android phone, you'll need to download an app. It's called Android Auto, and you can use that feature. That feature gives you access to maps, all your stored music, and automatically connects your phone via Bluetooth as well. Otherwise, you can press the phone button up the top and it'll ask you to connect your device, pretty much the same as the old ones. If you ever get lost in the infotainment screen, just push the home button and it'll always bring you back to this screen here. Radio for radio, and wherever you're traveling, if you push the station list, it'll list all the available stations in the area you're in. That makes it easier, no tuning on the road. So being that it is a pool car, preference is to definitely plug your phone in via USB. That way you don't need to keep chopping and changing as far as Bluetooth connections are concerned. If you are using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, bear in mind that it's just a mirror of your phone. So if anything goes wrong, it's probably on your phone. But again, if you do have any issues or concerns, you can contact us at any stage. Now, as mentioned before, there are a ton of new buttons because the new Forester comes complete with Eyesight technology as standard. So let's have a look at those now. Up the top in the center console, you'll see two buttons up there. This one here is pre-collision braking, or autonomous emergency braking is also known. So what that does, if you're driving along and something jumps out in front of you and you haven't got the time to react, the car will actually apply brakes in 3 stages. So the first stage is it'll give you a visual warning, which will pop up in the center console there, and it'll beep at you. The second stage is it'll beep and it'll apply light braking. And the third stage, if you haven't done anything by then, it will apply the brakes pretty heavily. You can switch that feature off by holding that button in. However, every time the car is turned on, it comes back on again. Next to that, we've got the car and the lanes. Now, this is for the lane departure warning system. What this does, at a speed of 65 kilometers an hour or more, this will indicate to you via the center console again whether you've crossed the white lines or not. So as you can see, we've got a picture of our car, and we've got 2 darker blue lines running vertical with our car. When we're driving along, once those lines have become solid white, the system is active, and if you cross those, it will detect and send you a visual and audible warning. Now again, you can turn this off simply by holding in the button, that one there. However, once you turn the car on, it will be on again. You can also see there the passenger airbag says that it's off. It's a little bit blurry, but bear with me. That will stay off unless the passenger seat detects weight. So if you're driving on your own, that will always be off. As soon as a passenger jumps in, that will change to be on again. So no need for concern if you see that light. As soon as you have a passenger, it will turn on. Now down to the right of the steering wheel where our start-stop button is, there's 3 buttons down there. The A with the circle around it and the off symbol, you'd be used to that in the previous Forester. That's the automatic engine off. So if you pull up at traffic lights, the engine may turn itself off to save fuel and emissions. As soon as you release the brake, that will restart the engine. So no need to do anything. But again, if you want to turn it off, give that one a push. Beside that, you'll see the picture of 2 cars and the off symbol again. That is for blind spot detection. Now, when a car is travelling up beside you in your blind spot, you'll get a little flashy light. Excuse the window down there, and we'll go up into a mirror. In here, this circle will actually light up orange when there's a car in your blind spot. So that helps you keep your eyes on the road forward without having to look back. Above that on the right, you'll see the letters SRH and off. SRH stands for steering responsive headlights. So as you turn a corner, your headlights will turn with you. It's just a really good feature for driving in the dark on windy roads. Once again, you can turn that off if you choose, but it will come back on when the car is turned back on. Alrighty, let's have a look at the steering wheel now. Most of it should look pretty much the same with a few additions. You've still got your volume control features for your stereo, the source which changes it from AM to FM to CD, or whether you're running a USB media player or any of your associated tunes. The info button here will change the screen up in the middle. There's a few different screens there. We've got a clock, we've got the info screen, and it's going to blur up a bit on us. So that's where you do the settings. We've got what tells us what is actually turned on or not. So if I can zoom in, so you'll see the green lights and all the pictures that we've looked at. Those pictures, if they're green, it tells you that they're on. If they're not green, then they're not on. We'll go through. Next one is so tyre pressure on the left and your altimeter on the right, your inclinometer. Water temp, oil temp and average speed, current radio station, and your live fuel consumption. And then back to our clock again. So most of those are the same, but just remember that's the info button. Below that you've got the phone answer and phone hang up, as well as the voice activated feature. So if you've got your phone connected and your contacts downloaded, you can push that and say call such and such, and it will do so. Underneath the steering wheel should be the same as the previous version. We've got these ones here, up and downs, and they control the internal infotainment info screen, which we've got a digital speedo, current fuel consumption, tyre pressure again, menu, another fuel, couple of fuel consumptions, and our trip time and how many kilometres we've travelled. So that's up and down through there. If you want to change any settings in there, like door lock features, simply go to the settings screen and hold the middle button in, and that will go to the settings menu. On the other side of the steering wheel, we've got some new buttons, and this is where the most important parts of the new features and the Eyesight technology come in. Here we've got LIM. LIM is a speed limiter, which works much the same as cruise control. You can't have a speed limiter and cruise control at the same time. It's only one or the other. So if we push limit, our internal screen changes and it says limit ready. Once we've travelled to the speed that we'd like, hit set, which is down, and it will set it at a certain speed. As you can see here, it's set at the minimum speed, which is 30. Our symbol is green, which means the system's active. So as I'm travelling along now, once I get to 30 kilometres an hour, it doesn't matter how hard I push the accelerator, the car will not allow me to go any faster. However, if you do find yourself in trouble and you need to get a little bit extra speed, if you put the accelerator flat to the floor, so right to the floor, it'll override the system and let you go. Okay, and the last main point here on the steering wheel is these three buttons, which is part of our active cruise control. So this one is cruise control on, and as we push it, everything changes a little bit. Our center console up there changes to a picture of our car, and our internal console changes as well. So we see the picture of our car and the 4 white horizontal lines in front of it. The 4 white horizontal lines represent the distance between us and a car in front. Traveling at 100 kilometers an hour, The first line is 30 metres and then it increases from 10 metres from there on. You can change the distance by using these ones, up and down. So if I push the down arrow, we'll see the white lines come back to 1 and then back up to 4. So that represents the distance between us and the car in front. Most the same as normal cruise. You travel to the speed that you'd like, you set down to set, and you drive along. Once we've set, the indicator on the left of the car there, that'll be green, and you drive along like normal. If a car is in front of you, a picture of a car will turn up at the furthest end of those white horizontal lines, as well as up in there, a picture of a car will turn up in front of our car. If that car slows down, your car will automatically slow down without you having to apply the brake. So active cruise control regulates the distance between you and the car in front without you having to do anything. Please bear in mind it is built simply for following cars. So if there is a car stopped at traffic lights ahead of you and you're coming into them at 70 kilometers an hour, don't rely on the system. It will brake late and brake hard. But if you're following a car into traffic lights, the Eyesight in the Forester will follow that car in and pull up at a gentle stop all on its own. So same as cruise, set and reset. So set your speed and then follow the car. For first time users, I recommend doing it at 4 bars and you can work your comfort levels out from there. If you do have any questions, again, like I said, please feel free to ring me. Last one on here is this one down the bottom. This is called Lane Keep Assist. When we push this button, it was already on. So we see on the right side we get the car in the lanes and those 2 blue vertical lines. Once those 2 blue vertical lines turn solid white, again the system's active. If you sway across the lane and hit the white line, the car will actually give you a gentle nudge, a very gentle nudge back in the right direction. You can turn that on and off as you please. However, once again, if you turn the car on, it'll be on automatically. So that's the suite of Eyesight technology that you'll get within the new Subaru Forester. Just remember it is there as a guide and assistance to the driver only. Please do not ever rely on Eyesight alone. It is there just to help you out. Again, my name was Clinton Carpenter. I am the sales manager at Jackson Subaru in Kendall. If you have any questions, please talk to your fleet provider or give me a call, 6435 5500. I would be more than happy to sit with you and work out a time to go through all these features on the road. Safe driving and good luck in your new Forester.